Yeah. Got it. Right. Live. I know. All your messages are so.
In a world gone mad, you got my boy Pete and John L. Peacock coming at you live.
Nope.
Hit it.
Oh, God. Fucking A, John. Literally? Like I like you go on this, like you're doing the Lord's work, but you go off on these weird tangents by yourself. You're like, that's perfect. I'm gonna record that. Not tell anybody nothing, nobody.
Call me the Terry Gilliam of Monty Python in my own little corner, just doing my thing.
Yeah. That's what I compare you to. Yeah. Hit it. It's either that or well, howdy. Well, what are you gonna do now, John? What are you gonna do now? I guess
start a show. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I guess we should say welcome anyone who's live on YouTube now. The two-sided pod, the two-sided podcast, the two-sided. I don't know what our name is on the thing.
Two-sided podcast.
Two-sided podcast on YouTube. So if you're on stereo right now and you hit that link, you see these faces. It's going to be a tragic ride, but we're in it to the end. So also, if you're following this now on YouTube or stereo, we're also on Spotify and Apple Pod. With apparently John says he edits the shows correctly, and like I just don't have the time, the patience, or the goddamn spiritual energy to listen to our fucking shows. I know that I black in and out halfway through it. I time travel. Like, do you know what you're saying? Like, no, man, I tune in and out, baby. Like, it's just on autopilot. But I'm saying, apparently, it's a lot better if you listen to a post. But if you are watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, follow us because we have some more content coming out. We're on Instagram. We're getting our merch together, which is going to be just goddamn brilliant once we get our act together, which I don't think will ever happen. It's just like, when is your dad going to stop drinking and telling you how much of a failure you were? I don't know. Probably soon, probably never. Yeah, that's when our merch is coming. So but now, John, I'm ready to start the show.
Fantastic. Well, howdy.
Oh. This is we start on high. We get to a low. You bring some didgeridoo and a kazoo. Like, this is the worst intro to it. Like, this is why we lose followers. Like, people are like, oh, we had him, but then like, this is what your shit's about? No, it's not. I promise you, girl, that was the last time. It's never gonna happen again. It's not you, it's me. We'll be better. Shit. Okay, John, I'm ready. Go.
I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
And I'm my boy Pete in Southern California.
And you're listening to Two-Sided, where every episode I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the fun and the serious.
Yeah, the right and the wrong, John. The me and the you. A miso and a yuso. No, same. Like, this is where it gets fun because no, you're wrong. Go
ahead. Give us 3 words of how you're feeling right now, my boy Pete.
High blood alcohol. You say 3 words?
That's it.
That'll do it. I was so excited about the show, I started pre-gaming. I was like, why are we not doing shots of pre-game in the green room before we come up to the show? Because that is how a real thing works. Like, if you're in a real show, I'm in the green room, bro. I'm having a cocktail, smoking a little bit outside. Like, is my makeup good? All right. And then you come to the show, and then you come down to the green room and blast. So it's like we're halfway there. We have the green room after the show. So once this show's done, we all go down to the green room. Everyone on wine, people come in. Anyone's welcome to come in the green room, and we'll smoke with you. We'll talk with you, and that's kind of a fun experience. And there's also finger sandwiches I heard down in the green room.
Lady fingers.
No, those are cookies. Horrible. But so yes, I was in the green room earlier.
You were helping set up. Before the show.
Yeah. Well, I'm a hard worker. I pay my dues. I have a song in my heart and a pep in my step, and I'm ready to rock, John.
Well, I think that's going to lead us straight into our first lightning round.
Lightning round! It's time to get down! Whoa! All right, you guys. It's been a long time since I've been here.
Welcome, lightning round guy.
He always shows up at the most inopportune times. You see him lurking in the corners every once and again, but every time you play that hit,
What do you mean?
all right, hush down. We're gonna have a little man-to-man talk, and then you can wait going.
Okay, if you guys need me, call me.
I grew to miss him. I missed him.
No one misses it. Try again.
Well, anyone knows that our first lightning round of the episode is a standard Q&A. My boy Pete, are you ready for the questions?
I'm so ready.
First question: how easily do you tan?
I tend to burn first, but then I tan pretty easy. Any burn turns into a good tan. I just got to get my one burn out of the way, and I'm pretty good. Yeah.
That leads directly into the next question. How easily do you burn?
Pretty easily, because I don't believe in sunscreen. Because I'm not going to let them put their chemicals on my skin, my body, my choice.
Have you found, this is a side question, have you found that your beard actually helps with preventing burns?
Only in this weird little angle. So I will get burned on my shoulders and like down on my chest, but there's like, if I pull it up, it is definitely white here where there's nothing. Like, oh, fair enough.
And it casts a shadow, so it's a little bit longer than your beard, right? The whiteness.
Well, no, that's only when I'm trying to tell time and I'm standing still like a sundial.
An obelisk.
Oh, it must be 12 o'clock. The beard is pointing to the east.
Rain's a coming.
Yeah. How do you know? Your knee? No, the beard.
Next question. How easy it for you to tan and or burn another person?
What does that mean? Say your words again.
Haven't you ever burned someone? Have you ever tanned someone's hide?
Tan someone's hide. John, your grasp of the English language is stunning and appalling at times.
Thank you.
The way you use it. No, it's good. It's you like to pull in all the references of like tan your hide. Good. From your grandma's normal day-to-day speak.
Yeah.
I'm going to tan your hide. Okay. Moving forward, John said, let's move into 1998, 99. Ooh, you got burned.
Wicked bird.
Right, John. Man, I'm peace, love, and chicken grease. I don't believe in that at all. I don't believe in
Next question.
I just believe in me.
Okay, Lennon. Final question. Are you thick-skinned?
It's actually a medical condition. They said I have jelly bones and thick skin that holds it all together. So weird. Like kind of like an elephant, but my bones are like a bird. So it all kind of works in conjunction. That's why like The Thing, kind of like that. But without the backing.
That was one of our faster lightning rounds, ladies and gentlemen. We are plowing right through this.
Yeah, we're doing a great job. This is getting weirder and weirder because I know how this is going to come around at the end. I don't like where this is going. Because not only are we going to hear some great personal stories about how gingers have it rougher than everybody else, we're also going to hear great stories about one time at band camp when I told this one dude, and got my hide taken. Like, I see it coming. This is the what is the rule? Someone's gun. You see it in the first
Chekhov's gun.
Chekhov's gun. Yeah, you see it in the first episode. You know this motherfucker's going to use it to shoot somebody, me or himself in the foot. You know it's coming, and it's unstoppable because he researched it for a day and a half and wrote it down for 28 minutes while smoking a joint. It's going to be rough. No, I see.
Well, on that note, I think we should have a shot because we're going to be going into our first segment of the episode.
But here's the deal. I'm going to eat spread after the show before we go through.
Do you have bread?
Cheers. No, man. Come on. That's just come on, let's go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Body like this. I don't do carbs. I got that thick skin and those bird bones. I don't do
those
carbs.
little bird bones.
No. I'm but a waif of a thing inside, but I have the skin of an elephant on the out.
Well, after our last,
clown who's laughing on the outside, but is crying about laughing on the inside. And also
everybody laughs.
But also is keeping an elephant with him, so it's pretty cool in there too. So he's like, so it's nice. There's an elephant.
Everybody laughs, but the My Boy Pete clown and his elephant.
Yeah. Everybody. Nope. See, I'm already having to stop things before they get going. All right. I guess that leads us for our first segment, right?
Well, speaking of that, in our last show, my boy Pete told me to take a good hard look within myself, but I don't want to do that. So today we're going to take a good hard look at skin. That's right, the human epidermis.
Ew, gross. The largest organ on the body. Ew, gross. Ew.
Your epidermis is showing.
Hey, bumblebee tuna, your epidermis is showing. Yeah.
So skin is integral to how humans see each other. For those who can see, it many times is the strongest feature that attracts one to another. And for those who cannot see, skin is many times still a major factor in attraction through its shape, its texture when touched, and even through the pheromones it produces. Skin color has been a false factor in many social barriers and excuses for many forms of bigotry. And skin literally keeps us together. It protects us from the elements and from each other, and is used to describe interactions. She got under his skin. He made her skin crawl every time he entered the room, etc. So let's talk about how skin actually works.
I'm Mr. Body. I'm Mr. Rogers. We're going to show you how skin works today. Jesus, John.
I've always wanted to put a VHS into the television for, the view of OCam for Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, the view of cam. Like You need to get one in the back. I know you have a VCR. I know you have something silly that you can like. Once we have like, oh, we're playing a thing, we're editing another video. Here, let me put this in. You'll put your goddamn VCR. All right, folks.
Picture in picture. That was it. Picture in picture.
Let's watch now together. Everyone watch. Shh.
Skin has many components, including water, lipids, proteins, minerals, glands, and chemicals. Your skin has three basic layers: epidermis, dermis, and the subcutaneous fat layer, or the hypodermis. They all play a part in the many functions of your skin and keeping your innards inward and keeping the outside world out, to disposing of waste and keeping you from overheating.
It's like that old McDonald's commercial that keeps the hot side hot, the cold side cold. But then they realized styrofoam is bad and we stopped that mess. But shout out to old school McDonald's commercials. Sorry, John, if you don't get that one, you're too young.
Shout out to our skin being an equivalent of styrofoam.
Yeah, bro, it's not good for anyone. It's too easy. It's too gentile. Don't get me started on skin. I was doing a protest outside of the CDC about skin. They're doing skin grafts inside. No more skin. Stop our skin. Take off the skin. We couldn't get the chant right, so we all just went to Denny's and got breakfast. But
so we're going to start with the pores, also referred to as follicles, on our skin.
How do you come up with this? Okay, yeah, no, good. I know, because you got a sunburn one day and then ate mushrooms the next and realized this is what's happening. I'm going to talk about my skin because I felt it in my life. Go ahead. No, I'm ready.
It's something that literally touches all of us, and so few people know very, very, very much about it at all.
Yeah, there's a reason. There's some reason you don't want to know a lot of things. I don't want to know how the sausage is made. I don't want to know. I know that I avoid getting stabbed and shot. I try not to bleed out of any orifice that I already have that I can't control.
Mm-hmm.
Move on. Just like, all right, hey, it's hot when I stand outside. Well, don't fucking stand outside or put on a goddamn burqa. Do something else. Don't be like, oh, skin. Like, don't ask about it. Just like, hey man, that's a gift horse. And you're like, well, what does it eat? How are its teeth? Wait a minute. What kind of a shell did you give me here? John, shh. You're gonna piss off the stereo guys. Now you're gonna piss off the skin makers. I don't know where you're going with this.
The skin makers?
Yeah, I don't know what you call them. The aboves, the religion, Jesus' religion, gods are the angels who are better natures, whatever. Whatever fucking Sheryl Crow song or.
Well, including our skin, we are literally made up of the stars. The same elements in all the stars are within all of us.
You're just saying that because you're trying to remake Boogie Nights. You're gonna be a fucking star.
So, follicles and pores are sometimes used interchangeably and other times referred to as two different things. But in truth, the pore is simply the opening upon the skin of the hair follicle, which extends downward through the layers of the skin into the dermis. So we have roughly 5 million pores all over our body, with nearly 2,000 pores on our face alone. We have pores everywhere on our body except for, do you know?
Uranus.
We have it there.
No, the planet Uranus, if you go there, the pressure is so deep that all pores close. That's a fact. It's like going 40,000 days under the sea. You get in that boat, I promise you don't have any pores. That's what I was
saying. The palms of our hand and the soles of our feet.
Yeah, and the soul of your soul, John. Because apparently you're very porous anywhere else. But that's
So
truly not true. Not true, because I know you can do acid on the bottom of your feet. I know if you step on it, you can do it.
that's different, and we'll get there. But we're talking about hair follicle pores.
I can't wait to learn, because there's hair follicles. You don't grow hair. Wait, well, what about masturbation? Because I heard you go blind, nearsighted, hair in your palms. Is that true?
It is not.
Follicles, John.
Okay, well, you do. You do.
John, show me your hands. John, show me your hands. No, the other side, John. Okay. Folks, apparently John is shaved today. High five.
Oh. So if the hair follicle is a tall chimney, then the pore would simply be the little opening at the top of the chimney. That's it. That's all a pore is, right?
That's all pore is. Yep. And then what's next? I just need to fast forward and hit the X button. Like, yep, no more jokes. Like, if you're going to insist on going back to pores like chimneys, we're not even halfway through this. Go.
Okay, so their use, they have their glands that produce. Sorry, you got me all worked up. You're looking at me like that.
No, I'm not even looking at you. I'm looking away because I can't make eye contact with what you're actually reading right now. I can't co-sign it. It's like, I'm going to put something out on Twitter and Instagram like, hey, we're two-sided, but we're definitely two fucking specifically separate sides. When we talk about that, I don't know what the show is about. I know that my jokes usually prolong the show. And let's go back to these things, these specific events. We're talking hair follicles, and I don't. There's no jokes. I don't want to go back to it. Nope. I'm PSAing out on our Twitter or Instagram. John and I are taking a small break until next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. But until then, we're not even going to do a show.
After this one's over.
No, we're going to finish this one. You're right. But then we're taking a hiatus until Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central. It's the two-sided pod. And it's just because of things like this. So I'm fast forwarding. Follicles. They can get ingrown. Follicles in your face. You have ingrown hairs and blackheads and all the things. You're talking weird shit. Fast forward. Let's go to the next.
So I haven't talked about the glands yet. Every follicle has a gland. It is the sebaceous gland, which produces sebum, a mixture of fats, protein, and cholesterol, and inorganic salts that helps keep the skin from drying out. And this is the oil that we know of.
Right. This
when we have
it's climbed a tree, that is a sebaceous cyst, and it's all that good stuff. Right. Fantastic. We're learning. You got oils from your things with gland. Okay, go.
Right. This oil helps to get rid of dead skin cells, push it out through the pores. It also protects us from infection by bacteria and fungi, and keeps us from drying out. It does add to body odor, though it does not have a smell of its own. When it is eaten by bacteria that is harmless to us, that creates the standard, what we know of today as BO smell that can happen.
I feel like this is all like you're doing all this research to set up like, this is why I had a fucking bad high school time. Yeah, I smelled a little bit and I had blackheads and my skin wasn't good and I had backy. But listen, it's all science. We all have skin. I'm better now. And this is why, because people are listening to us and I know for a fact someone knows, like, and look at me now, I'm a goddamn ginger model. I feel like this is a revenge thing in a very weird, strange, pointed way. And I can't wait to see the comments. I can't wait to see who crawls from the woodwork like, sorry, John, didn't mean to hurt you so bad. But you had to show about skin. Like, it's a really rough time. Hey, buddy, I'm live on YouTube. Yeah. No, if there's any murders happening right now, I'm totally safe. because it's all, guys, if anything happens to me, it's this guy. Hold your ID. Perfect, I have his ID.
Great. So moving on, a little known fact, something I learned in my research. Follicles and pores that are round produce straight growing hairs, while oval-shaped follicles and pores produce curly hairs. This is straightly you and me.
Right, this is strictly all ovals or circles, but not all circles are ovals. Is this what we're talking about? Because, yeah, flip it, slap it, flip it, reverse it, whatever you do, John, to make it work for your little mind. But I'm saying, who is the judge? Who? Because John's like, that's why I see a circle. So like, I see it. An oval. I see an opportunity to make a big fucking deal about something that means nothing. This guy wins. This guy wins. Let's go with his idea.
Here's something else. Question for you, my boy Pete. Does using hot water open up your pores?
Not as much as using a straight edge razor. I'm just talking about shaving straight edge.
Right.
And taking the first cutaneous and maybe the subcutaneous layers off. Where it's like, ooh, that's sensitive now. You're not bleeding, but if someone touches you, you will. There will be blood.
Yeah, but so people go to steam rooms. People, take hot showers because they feel they clean them better than cold showers. Do they open up pores?
No, they're not opening up pores necessarily. The natural skin contracts and expands because your skin is like that. You do get more like, ooh, it's full of moisture, but it is not opening the specific pores more. The specific pores are one size. They are, unfortunately, like your ears when you get to be a certain age. Like you're a kid with big ears, and you might grow into them with your fucking crazy ass face, or you got little ears and look at your goddamn huge head. Or like, look at you nailed it. You got ears, you got eyes, you got the nose, and you're dumb as a bag of rocks. You're gonna be a star someday. You're gonna be a star.
Good for you, Tom Cruise.
I love him. He saved a woman reporter. He does his own stunts. He introduced me to this really good program where it could help me put my negative energy aside. And he's like, all I have to do is tell him about my negative energy. Pay a shit ton of money.
His face is perfectly symmetrical.
Right? But I mean, my mom said I had good features.
But you are correct. Hot water does not open up pores, though it is a commonly believed myth. Pores are not muscles. They cannot open and contract on their own. They're the size they are no matter what. But you are also correct that through the use of hot water, your skin is malleable, and it can cause the things that are inside the pores, the oils and the dirt and whatever's got up in there. It helps them to
move around and juicy Lucy out.
And juicy Lucy out and dislodge out.
Yeah, it's the whole thing is like, I can't, like, you can't get the fart out. Like, let me do that. It's coming. Like, oh no, come on. I don't know if anybody.
Maybe you lift a cheek.
Yeah, I don't do, but it has to be a motion of some sort. Like, yeah, no, but no. I don't know where I'm going with that. No.
But over steaming or using hot water that's too hot can actually break down the proteins of the skin, like the sebum, and make you more susceptible to eczema, breakouts, and irritation. So people use that theory, and many times thinking that it's opening my pores, and then I'll take a cold shower and I'll close them back up. That myth, they take it too far, and it's actually damaging their skin.
Anything you do that's fun is always bad in excess, John. That's what I said to all my buddies at the heroin dump. I was like, guys, this is fun, but maybe, just maybe we should get one more needle between the 12 of us. Dirty Frank's like, why is that? I was like, you know what? You're right. I don't want to be a buzzkill. Let's go back to that F shack. It was
Wow. Wow.
I'm going deep in the paint, John. Like,
Yeah, you are.
I don't think you understand. It's not me. It's the green room.
So, moving off of pores and follicles, moving to sweat. This is something I thought before the research.
Also, you know what? It's not the green room. It also, this whole topic makes me angry. It's like, you know what? Let me be more shocking that people have to listen to this episode because of like, who would listen to a goddamn show about pores? But if you wait till minute 15 and Pete loses his shit and does some really bad fucking sharing the other guy's joke in the Prius. It's like a raccoon gave birth back here. I know. It's like you get to that point. It's like now people are gonna listen in. It's gonna be great. John. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button. Oh no. Go on, tell me about sweat. I can't wait.
So I believe that you sweat out of your follicles, out of your pores, and that is incorrect.
I don't sweat out anything. I'm a goddamn princess and I glisten. I don't sweat, John.
Sometimes you glow.
Either. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe you're born with it. Or you might also be born with 2.6 million sweat glands all over your skin, which include the soles of your feet and the palms of your hand.
No, but I had my sweat glands on my hand removed with those ones that do hair follicles. So I was like, take these sweaties away, give me some hairies. Also did it on the feet. And so literally every floor I ever walk on is a padded carpet floor. I just have to make sure I rinse, wash, repeat every time I get in the shower with my feet. It's not a big deal, John. It's beautiful.
Is it like continually walking on a shag carpet?
Yeah, baby, it is.
So the places where sweat glands are not is the lips, nipples, and external genital organs. That's it. So separate from
you're
what?
reading. I don't know where you're. And I'm not asking you to reveal your goddamn sources right now because you have to go through that bullshit in the end. And you got to say it all because you read it all. I know that you have sources, but apparently you haven't hung out with a lot of people I have. I've seen a sweaty nipple before. I'm just saying.
Now, hairy nipple, yes, because hair follicles are on the nipples.
No, sweaty. You ever been?
I think it was just rubbing against someone else's sweat.
Nope. You ever been in a weird Arizona desert and seen I mean, granted, we were on mushrooms, me and these two chicks, and I was like, I was seeing water form on the nipples. And then I realized I wasn't even with them. I was in the mountains alone. Cool. I got to find the car.
Those nipples, did they even exist?
Oh! It was a wolf. Right. No, I don't know.
That's why there were 6 of them. Right.
Right. So we are all park stars because Mother Wolf fed us from her star-like teats, and now we are park stars. Call back 5 points.
There you go. So the sweat gland in the dermis layer of the skin is basically a long, coiled, hollow tube of cells that is. All right. So there's 2 types of sweat: eccrine and apocrine. Eccrine is is the normal sweat. It happens from birth.
Twins, Romulus and Remulus. Right, the ones from Face Off. Right, go ahead. Tell me about these sweaty brothers. Now, folks, we can refer to them as, when you think about John's stories about the 2 sweat glands, let's think about the 2 brothers Face Off who went to prison. Romulus and the two Greek gods, the ones who fought.
Romulus and Remus. Yes.
Those but I think you pronounce it Remus and Romulus. Anyway, Remus and Romulus. Yeah, no. Anyway, I'm not going to try that. Everyone out there, because now I will listen to these two different sweat types that you're going to tell a story about and like paint a story in my mind, a backstory. I'm thinking, how does this equate to Face Off in the prison scene? So, John, go ahead.
So, Ekron, like Remus, is the most numerous type that is found all over the body, particularly in the palms of the hands, soles of the feet, and forehead. Where Apocrine,
I'm everywhere, brother. You got to stick with me. I have connections. I can help you get through the prison. And his brother
Romulus
says,
mostly confined to the armpits.
I don't know. It's prison. I'm not sure we should be here.
And also the anal genital area.
Oh, yeah. You guys want to come visit? No. Okay, I'm pretty private.
Many times these have hair follicles associated with them, where the Remus Ekron does not at all.
Yeah, because it's like the dude who's born without hair on his upper body is just like fucking goes like, I'll fuck shit up. And like instead of like the hairy back Romulus who has his computer, like,
I'll keep my shirt on in the pool.
So the Remus glands are smaller, active from birth, and produce a sweat that is free of proteins and fatty acids.
Yeah, we go everywhere, baby. No problem. We get around, all right? We just got to watch out for our little fucking brother who holds us down. But right now, hey, the world is our oyster. And we don't sink through nothing. So if you want to get close, hey, come on in. Come on in.
The sweat produced from the Romulus sweat glands is essentially the same way, except for it only starts happening after puberty or at puberty, and it contains proteins and fatty acids, which make it thicker and give it a milkier or yellowish color.
Oh God, I'm allergic to dairy. Brother, could you come and help me? Because I have all this pollen around. I'm just so I'm sticky, and I'm gonna turn stinky if I don't get a bit of attention.
That's what gives armpit stains yellowish color. And though the sweat itself has no odor, when bacteria attack
I've never had a yellow armpit stain in my life. I don't know what that means.
Have you ever had an armpit stain where like the rest of your body sweats, and then when it cools off, the rest of the shirt just goes back to normal color, but there's a stain around your armpits?
No. That's I've seen that, but I've heard it was deodorant for antiperspirant.
It can happen because of the fatty proteins that are in this sweat that is not in any other sweat.
But I heard it was because of the shit you're putting on your underarms. That's not natural. Like it's the antiperspirant, deodorant, red zone. I prefer lumps of coal that I get from Santa. I just rub those really hard under my arms and I keep them tied up. It just makes me more very succinct in all my movements all day, and it soaks up all of the badness. So no sweat stains, all coal stains.
You don't like the Axe body spray so that women just come flying and attach themselves to your back?
God, that's horrible. That's the worst shit in the world.
It's such a terrible commercial.
No, not only the worst commercial, it's the worst shit. It's like, hey, you want to smell like a douchebag? All right. Hey, you like to go to a car wash and get a really weird, cool water smelling mirror hanger and rub it on your genitals and face and then feel like it's with you the whole time? Because that's what Axe is. Come on in. Ugh. Ugh.
This is a major contribution to BO, though the sweat does not have any odor itself. Again, bacteria that lives on your skin, perfectly harmless to you, metabolizes the fatty acids that are in this sweat and not other sweat. That's what creates the odor that we know of as, stanky.
Yeah. That's good. Good. Go on.
So pheromones, which in the human may present in many bodily secretions, urine, semen, vaginal secretions, breast milk, and saliva and breath, but they are mostly
please.
found.
Can I get a? I'm done here. I'd like to pay my bill and get the fuck out. Can I? Waiter. There's no one here, John. Fuck.
In auxiliary sweat, and that's where most of the pheromones, which we find as things that attract us to each other through scent, comes from our sweat glands.
No, John, you live in the old school. I live on blackmail. You will come on a date with me, John, or else all these pictures leak to the press.
One more little known fact.
How do you guys think I got this whole gig with John L. Peacock and the Two-Sided Podcast on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern? We're on YouTube right now, currently live. If you're listening to us, which no one is, which is fantastic. We had one, drove him off. Run away, you scared little person. You scared little person. I'm just thinking. Also, we have a presence on Spotify and Apple Pod. You can email us at twosidedpod@gmail.com. It's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com. Let us know your feelings. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. Let us know how you're feeling, because truly, I need backup on this, and I just really want to know who hurt you, John. Who hurt you, your smelly yellow armpits? Who hurt you? Because I know we're not even done. We're not even done with this thing. Like, you got more skin to go. Like, you're like 2-3 layers deep. I'm like, God damn it, man! Are you going all the way?
All 7.
No, I'm actively asking. Are we? How much longer? Are we halfway? Quarter?
We are over 2/3 of the way. We have one more thing to talk about right after I give this little known fact.
Oh yeah, no, it's honestly been all little known facts because we all want to know very little about these facts you've given us. You are being a Cliff Clavin of my universe right now. Hey, did you know that subcutaneous and cutaneous are also acronyms for cutaneous and subcutaneous? Look it up backwards. If you can know how to spell it, I'm pretty sure it's true.
The lining of your ear has modified apocrine glands, which is the Romulus glands, called ceremonious glands, which modify their sweat output to create earwax. That is a modified sweat gland. I did not know that.
Ear sweat glands, more than meets the eye. Fucking you up with earwax kind of smells and makes you a pariah of society.
Finally, we're going to look at melanin.
Are we gonna probably get sued for that? Because that was pretty much the exact words I remember for the Transformers. Anyway.
Fortunately, you have a terrible memory.
Shout out. Terrible memories.
Melanin protects the body primarily in 2 ways. Protection against UV light, helping the cells of the epidermis or outer layer from the bad effects of UV light, and also reactive oxygen species, ROS scavengers. Melanin also demonstrates antioxidant activity by scavenging for reactive oxygen species produced by UV light damage. So they help heal the skin.
Yeah, they help heal the skin. They scavenge. They look for a reason. They look for a meaning. Like me trying to find a way out of this goddamn conversation. I feel like I'm scavenging. Not coming soon. Tell me about your thoughts, John. Because
sure,
it's a goddamn ginger story coming up next. You already set it up. Tell me about Chekhov's gun, John.
It is believed that other mechanisms of action of the melanin would protect the liver, intestines, and even the immune system, but not enough research is done on that, so we can't focus on that one.
No, we can't even. No, of course we can't. a lot of people believe that there's fucking a Q, that's a QAnon conspiracy, but there's not enough research, so we can't talk about that. John, you're an idiot, and you shouldn't be talking about these subjects, or at least if you are, no, you're not an idiot. You're an educated, learning man. I use my words correctly. You act like an idiot all of the time. You are a smart person who's given up on any chance of being a forward-thinking contributor, smart person in society. But you are a very smart person.
I'll take it all.
Did I do better?
You did better.
I support you. I support you. I hear you. I'll see you on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, Spotify, live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Also on Insta Snap and all the good things. Go.
Our Twitter and Insta Snap are at Two Sided Pod. We hadn't mentioned that. So our YouTube is Two Sided Podcast, at Two Sided Pod for all of our other socials. And our show itself is Two Sided on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and several others. So check us out on any of those platforms, wherever you're hearing this right now, as we're going live on stereo. All right. So as humans, we need the sun as a source for us to synthesize vitamin D. So that is why those who have the most melanin can spend more time in the sun to soak up the vitamin D rays with less fear of the sun's UV ray damage. And why those with the least amount of melanin have evolved to create their own vitamin D.
Tell them, gingers make their own vitamin D. He wanted to get this into a goddamn story about how the UV rays hurt people, but they burn. But fucking gingers have been cursed by God because they don't have souls, so they can also produce their own fucking vitamin D. Like, okay, tell us all your scientific reasoning, John.
That was fantastic. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Thank you. Like, we've all heard it. This is the worst thing. Is like, you know what? Let's talk about Pete's fear of clowns and closed spaces with a bunch of snakes and those bales of baling wire. We talk about it every episode, that whole nightmare, don't we? Was that a nightmare too? Anyway.
So this has created a side theory, conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it, that white people are aliens because we are not able to take in the sun as much of people of color. I'm being completely serious. And it's this fact right now that I just told you. The fact that gingers do it the most. Pale-skinned white people, blondes and others do it somewhat. And we cannot take the sun in as much because of our lack of melanin. And so there is a theory that has been growing, and I've heard it on the stereo streets, I've heard it elsewhere, that because of this scientific fact, they're looking at it, well, like maybe you're not supposed to be in the sun. Maybe that's the reason. And you were planted here by aliens, you being white people.
Okay. All right. The whole thing is like, I get it, but that's a whole, again, another way of doing the separatist movement thing that I don't condone.
I agree.
I don't believe in, but it is funny as shit. Because like, all right, well, how do you explain all the different things? Because like, oh, gingers are the true aliens. They're like the right hand of, they're the ones who first came. And a ginger fell in love with a native, and they had someone from East Asia, and then those people had other people. Like, oh, and then you get South America, and now you're like, oh, these other people, a lot of gingers moved up here, Scotland. Like, oh, look how different it is up here, color-wise. Like, oh, and here's the founding fathers in England who came. Oh, and like, nope. Like, oh, how many people got to procreate with the natives? Very few, because put them into places like no aliens. You get casinos. John, I don't believe any of it, but it's hilarious.
Right.
And that whole story is like a round earther. Just like,
Well, because the moon is round, and the shadows of the moon are round, that means the Earth is round. You idiots!
Same.
Right. As one who follows the science, as one who believes in science, I feel humans are extremely resilient, and we adapted to our own ways, our own environments. So the redheads really come from the Vikings, the Norsemen, the Scandinavians, those with the least amount of sunlight, and so obviously it would make sense for them to evolve to be able to have this vitamin D, which is necessary when there's less sun or when they're able to take in less sun. But it makes for a fun side theory that is interesting and silly, and I don't agree with, but I do find it quite funny.
No, it's not funny. It's nothing about it funny. You think it's funny, you're like, oh, I'm an alien, I have no soul, all these different things, like all little things to make you feel better. But, oh, I am not a good person. I burn very easily. I don't do things well. I never learned to read. I make these yellow pit stains in everything I wear. I have chronic Remus and Romulus staying through me all the whole time. I'm like a Greek god. Sometimes I go Icarus. I fly too close to the stinky god sun, and then I get the pit stains. And like, this is something I need to feel better about. But no, John. No.
Well, to wrap this up, I find it fascinating that skin, which is something just so vital to us, literally keeping us in so many number of ways, has been used for hate, bigotry, and divide. I think it's a bit of a path of least resistance because it's such the main thing. It is our biggest organ, as you say. It is the thing that we see very much first when we see someone. I think it's a path of least resistance for those who want hate with what they fear and fear what they don't know and are so lazy that they don't want to learn more and they don't want to know more. And so it's just this weird cycle, and that was the easiest target.
Oh yeah, no, that's a whole thing. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe in any kind of hate speech, in any someone's better than someone else, for a specific culture, for a specific race, for a specific religion. Yep. My thing is, I'm not saying that everyone's good. I'm saying there are amazing people and there are fucking pieces of shit in every single walk of life, economically, regionally, gender role,
age,
orientation, age, whatever. So it's like, it just so happens, and I'm not saying all of them, I say my gingers in my life that I love and support are real pieces of shit. No souls, but a good hang.
Well, if you like what you're listening to and you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please follow and rate us on those platforms. And while you're rating us, you might as well give us 5 stars. Doesn't hurt you. It only helps us.
No, it might hurt us. Like at this point, like if we have to do more of these, if we go on the road, take the show on the road, like they wanted us over Australia. They heard about us. We're over there. It might hurt us. Like I have to travel internationally. I got to talk to my PO. I got to talk to all the things. Like, I digress. Anyway, rate us. We'll figure it out at the back end. Yes, go ahead, rate us. We'll figure it out.
That's right. So that's it. It wasn't too bad. You got through it.
Like honestly, to me, that was one of the worst topics you've ever thrown at me.
I thought you might not like it. I've been holding on to it for a couple of weeks. I just really wanted to do it.
Gross. Like, I feel like that needs to be something you talk to your therapist about. Like, why don't you talk about skin? I'm only thinking about skin. It puts the lotion on. Honey, can we get a well? Can we get a well and a lot of Jergens? No, I just want to get some friends over and maybe one. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people fall into wells these days, especially children oil sprockets and the those little guys in South America in the cave. Can we get some of them, the fat ones, and give them Jergens? Honey, why are you leaving? Okay. All right, I'm going to go to stereo now. I'm John L. Peacock. I'm a ginger who wants a well because I like skin. I don't know why you're hung up on it, man. Like when the cops come to me and they ask me questions, I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't believe talking to cops. Because like, yeah, I was weirded out too. Who did he skin? Like, do you know John L. Peacock? Who did he skin? Like, whoa. No, he skinned someone, right? He has a hostage, right? No, a hostage. Like, I mean, it's a plus size person. It's a person my size or bigger, right? Right? Look at me in the eye, officer. God damn it, let me get my go bag. We got to go to New York and figure this shit out. Bum, bum, bum. And that is how the beginning of our whole sitcom starts, John. Turns out.
It's a terrible beginning.
No, it's great because I don't believe it's true, but I got a free ride to New York, FBI style. Just talking about, yeah, here's the deal, Steve. Yeah, this guy, Brooklyn, right? All around Slow Park, everybody knows him as Johnny Two Thumbs. I don't know why they say that, but it sounds very suspicious. Is there been a lot of kidnappings? Like, you're only asking about his references because he said he wanted to come and shadow an officer. Like, no, that's the whole ploy, right? Let's go get him. Let's get him now.
You were a job reference.
I'm just saying, I'm a free flight coming to you. Once we kick in the door and you're in handcuffs and they search the place and you explain it and you're crying and everyone's crying. I was like, what? John, freeze, we know what you did. Where's the well? And I was like, it's around here somewhere, boys. John, keep your hands where you can see him. Wink. I'll be over here at the bar making 2 Manhattans. John, where's the well? John, where's the well? Wink. There's no well. Like, he's gone. I was like, God damn it, guys. It must have been somebody else. Anyway, he's a great guy. I highly recommend him. Sorry about the door. I'll fix it on my own. Boys, you can go. John, free flight to New York. Have a cocktail.
Recommend without reservation. Here you go.
Exactly. This is like the new idea of Airbnb plus swatting. If you can swat yourself to an Airbnb you want to stay in, I'm the only one who knows where the bomb is in Jersey Shore at the Hilton. So if you can take me there now, officer. God damn, we have another one. Let's get on the plane. Dun, dun, dun. John, I'm saying this is how our sitcom starts. It starts dark, but then I'm just saying, we work it out. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
We'll fix it in post.
In 3, 2, 1.
And back with the John L. Peacock and my boy Pete. Literary Review Hour. We were last discussing Herman Melville's classic, Moby Dick, the great white whale that evades all of us. As you were saying, John, the harpoon represents the ginger not being able to be in the sun, and the great white represents the vitamin D that one ginger can harvest, and old man weather. Well, I digress, John. It was a lovely reading. What say you?
I think it was just a ploy for the whaling industry.
I too love tuna, and you'll see us next time on the John L. Peacock and my boy Pete Literary Review Hour. Don't be afraid to eat Sunkiss, chicken of the sea. Bye-bye now. And then we had to play ourselves out. We got to get some graphics, slide screens, see all this.
When we get some money and a couple of tall pants, we're going to do real good.
We didn't even tall pants. We need tall cans and khakis. Khakis and tall cans. Because I don't want to put on khakis unless I'm a little hammered. So do a few tall cans. Then I'll put on khakis. Then we'll get slide screens. Then the world is our oyster.
That's right. We got Foxy.
Oh, Foxy.
Good evening, gents. How are you on this wonderful Thursday? Woohoo!
Only one to go, girl. How you doing? Oh, so good to see you.
Always a pleasure.
We start early. This is where like normal Pacific California people come in, like from normal life, like 6 o'clock, 6:30.
How about we do a wee little shot and move on?
No, I'm already ready. I've been drinking a lot, and I need you to catch up because I need you to see the demons that I'm fighting. So, wait 1 second. I'm gonna make a cocktail chaser. Hold on.
There you go.
Hold on. Daddy's little dishwasher coming to town. Oh, it's John and Pete's drinking time. Gonna drink, and something time. It's a Thursday evening. Time to shine. Oh, John and Pete's drinking time. Hey, come on, John. Let's do it. Hey.
Well, y'all, all in all, it's been a pretty good day. I like playing in the dirt, so I transplanted some flowers and played around in the garden. My 12-year-old graduated 6th grade today, so we went to her graduation. And
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
now I'm just chilling out, listening to you guys. But thanks for asking.
Yeah, that's awesome. 12. Okay, it's so crazy. I went to this weekend. My buddy who passed 8 years ago. His daughter graduated from college. We went to a graduation party, and she turned 21.
So crazy.
So it's like, holy shit! How much time flies?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, you're 12 now. Like, oh my god, I know for a fact, girl, because everyone talks like the kids who were babies when I was, she was 8, 11? I don't even math well. 11? 11. So she had her little cousins who were babies. And so they're at the party and they're like 13, like they're like not, I mean, they weren't babies, they were like toddlers, like, but everyone's fucking like, Jesus Christ, man.
Right.
That blew my mind. And all the homies, like, look at that receding hairline, look at that gray ass beard. I was like, you guys look like shit. Hey, have you looked in the mirror? Like, I look like I feel like $1,000,000.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the roots go to my soul. It's a choice in life. It's a lifestyle. It's not a yeah, man. But the whole thing of timing, like, that's one thing. Like, where I live, there's it's a park with a big giant outdoor amphitheater that's run by the city that has graduations. Like, literally, they'll run 2 a day. Like, we run 2 a day of this motherfucker, which is cool. But my parking on my street, this little tiny street, is fucked from May all the way through July. It's just fucked.
Right.
Just every school within like oh yeah, because it's seats,
from thousands. Kindergarten to college, right?
Yeah, everything. And then like when it's not being used, it's like people like doing their own pictures there. Like it's just hot. Anyway, but to see all these people, my homies are coming up and like, hey, can we park in your driveway? Like, anyway, every year that comes, like, it's just a weird thing how time flies. Like, it's those little moments, man. I ain't trying to be sentimental. I'm not trying to be sentimental, but those moments of like, you can't take anything for granted. You know what I mean? Like those moments of me, like if you feel now, to me, if you feel something special in that moment, like this is fucking cool. I'm having a really good time. Like, I try to like make a memory. I try to like think about it. Like, what is that? Try to hold on to those memories. You know what I mean? Instead of just like holding on to regrets or bad memories of things.
Yeah.
But those little changes, man, like they're drastic, they're big, they're amazing. But you gotta lean in, baby. Right? I don't know. I was one man, I was one my boy Pete, just talking about things I feel after John did a whole segment on skin. So I feel like we're even. You had to listen to my bullshit. I had to listen to yours. Now you continue.
Well, let's continue right into the next lightning round.
God, I think he's asleep. That last little bit tuckered him out. He just couldn't handle it anymore. He's so peaceful. He's so peaceful. I'm ready.
So for this second lightning round, we have a new one, a new segment. It's called Decipher That Cockney Slang. Decipher That Cockney Slang. That's where I tell Pete a well-known Cockney slang phrase, and he is able to decipher what it means.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, all right. If I don't do that with you.
I love how you always go Aussie. You love the Aussies.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, Golf?
Just because all the Aussies are here. They're always visiting, aren't they? Look at them. They're fucking all around. Look at those fucking look at him. He's drunk. No shirt on. It's fucking winter. Look at him, mate. Of course they're all Aussie. They're fucking brilliant, mate. Fucking brilliant. Go on. I'm listening. Yeah, tell me.
An example is handling apples and pears while you're Scotch mist is not a good idea. Is a good example of Cockney slangs being thrown into a sentence. So apples and pears. That's a very common one. You know that, right, Pete?
Down the stairs.
Down the stairs. While you're Scotch mist. I think you could guess that one quite easily. Scotch mist.
Scotch mist.
What's another? That's right, my boy Pete. There you go. So you're off on a good start.
So we're doing like Cockney, like, that's fucking easy to do. It's a different language. It's not the accent. And you're doing from Cider House Rules. Cockney.
Something well known of the Cockney dialect is how they use rhyming to create slang. And this is
Correct.
What we're looking at, the Cockney slang.
Okay.
So apples and pears equals stairs. Scotch mist equals pissed. Pissed is a phrase that they use for drunk, right? They sometimes go off the rails and they'll take something that rhymes, but they'll have two words to it, and then they'll take the second word only. In the movie Ocean's 11, we're in Great Barney. Great Barney. What does that mean? Barney Rubble? Trouble. And so they would even go that far. I'm keeping it simple, so we're all looking at the rhyming slang that they have.
Okay, I just feel like this is, we just did a whole thing on skin, and now we're doing a whole thing on appropriation, and we have nobody here. So this is going to be really good. We're going to get, this is how, again, you're trying to fucking set me up. All right, I accept. I've been drinking enough. I'll do another shot. I don't care. Let's do it. No, I don't.
I'll start simple. Bread and honey.
Sounds pretty delicious right now, to be totally honest. Do you have any?
If you want, I can use it in a sentence, but
yeah, that's probably. Can you? This is a spelling bee. Next up, my boy Pete, contestant 468201. It's 46201. So I'm not appropriating that either.
Right.
See? It's a double-sided entendre. Spenny, can you spell entendre? No, I cannot. All right, coming to the stage. The slang term is
bread and honey.
Bread and honey. Bread and honey. Can you give me the country of origin?
They're all England.
Okay, all England. can you use it in a sentence, please?
New York City, that's the land of bread and honey.
Oh, that's or it flows like beer and wine. Like it's a lot of money. It's that money. And yeah, okay. I'll sit down.
All right. Our next contestant coming up, contestant number 2. We have Jimmy Jimerson.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Hey, what's my word? What's my phrase? What's your name? How you doing?
Jimmy, the phrase is brown bread.
No, please. It's Jimmy Jimerson. I'd like you to use my full name when it comes out in the papers.
Mr. Jimerson.
Ah! It's Jimmy Jimerson. You found it on my birth certificate. Ah! Do you want to? Okay, go ahead.
The phrase is brown bread.
You can't talk to him? Okay, sorry. Brown bread. Can you use the countries? It's all English, eh? I heard that, dummy. Hey, can you use it in a sentence?
He's as good as brown bread.
Oh, he's dead. He's down dead. He says he's gonna get me knocked up. He's all, hey, my name's Jimerson, and I think you can spell that in the papers. Did I get it?
That is correct. Jimerson. All right, now go away.
Hi, Mom. We're going Sizzler.
All right. And next up for the spelling bee of the stupid, we have Pontius co-pilot. Yes, I believe I have the power to answer these questions, but not really unless the pilot leaves. And, I have time, so I've been drinking wine, and I was like, game show? Why not? Would you like wine? Wine? No, please, call me Mr. Co-pilot. That's what my mother calls me. If she does call it all.
Your hands are so clean.
Yeah, well, did you know about follows? Well, let me tell you. Fuck you, John, for making me do that.
Your phrase is laugh and a joke. Laugh and a joke.
I don't know why. Laughing joke. I might be fucking laughing joke. I'm not sure what you mean.
Would you like me to use it in a sentence?
Oh, easy.
Boy, let's go outside. Have a laugh and a joke.
Oh, I think I do believe the smoke. A fag. Well.
And that is correct.
If you need me, I'll just co-pilot out.
Speaking of that guy, then bring up the next contestant because I got this phrase going.
All right, here we go. The next contestant is oh shit, is this a big contest? All right. It's Cockney Jim versus Nington. No, no, that's the town he's from. Right. Yeah. Okay, they just called him Yar or Connor. Yeah, that'll work. Fuck it. Oi, what the fuck's going now?
Your phrase is collar and cuff.
Collar and cuff? Oh, you come with me, you speak collar and cuff. Well, yeah, I don't even know what he's saying. I can't understand his accent. Sounds like it. Sounds like someone appropriating our culture is what it sounds like to me. Here's the deal. I want you to use it in a sentence. I know where it comes from, Matt. I know. Your name's Matt, right? All Americans are named Matt to me.
That conscious co-pilot is a real collar and cuff.
I don't understand what you say. Say it like you're Matt, because you didn't do well as anything else.
That conscious co-pilot is a real collar and cuff.
It's a fruity fluff.
Puff, which is their term for an effeminate man. That is correct. Based off the powder puff, which many fops were using back in the day when it first came around.
All right. Now we'll get you on for your fucking great show here, mate. You're doing fucking great. All right, now how is all you fucking cunts get out? John, what's up next? Is there more? Shall I clear out this fucking law?
Well, we have 2 more if you'd like, but we can move on.
Giddy up! All right, and next up we have...
This is the advanced round. These last 2 are the advanced round. We can bring back the old contestants.
Perfect. Yeah, no problem. We have a whole waiting room full of idiots ready to come out, and I'm just trying to be sensitive to what our topics are and how we're also appropriate. I know it's not my time to speak. I'm just the announcer, but okay, we're gonna bring out we're gonna bring out Texas Bob. Texas Bob, come on down. Texas Bob, all the way from Texas. Bob?
All right, Texas Bob.
Hi, man. I'm just glad to be here. How's it going? Good to see y'all.
Glad you're here, Brett. Texas Bob.
No, yeah, no, man. I'm saying it's good to be here. Man, it's good to be here. You know what I mean? Go on now.
I do know what you mean. Your phrase is cut and carried. Cut and carried.
Cut and carried. Well, I know what that means when we're out hunting, fishing. You pack it in, you pack it out, you kill it, you cut it, you cook it, you love it, you leave it. Slap it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no, the trout's gonna do the wild thing. But, can you use it in a sentence?
The rich girl got herself cut and carried with the milkman.
Again, I just feel like your accent kind of screws everything up that you're trying to put across. And that's just me. I'm just a lonely man on a horse. Thinking that it could be your fancy, weird acting skills that are making me so put off. But what did you say, sir? I do ask
the rich. How'd you get that horse? No, we'll get to that later. The rich girl got herself cut and carried with the milkman.
Oh, she got herself, babe. Sorry, mate. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you better shut up. This here's my rodeo. This is what I'm doing. All right. What that means is you got yourself a little hitch your giddy up, got a little spring in the saddle, and now you down and got to go off the cow hands. That's
in standard English, what would that be?
Right, man. I'm a man. I'm a Christian. All right. I believe in guns, God, my cows, my dogs, my family, in that order. But as long as you say it's okay, it's for a game show. She done got herself knocked up. She had carnal knowledge of a man and then got married. Got hitched with someone lower than her. She had to run away. 2 of my daughters, don't make me talk about it. We're having a whole pitch to Amazon Prime called it's called Brownstone. It's more inland after they developed it, and it's just my kids. It's a big walk up. It's pretty cool.
You were initially somewhat incorrect, but your further explanation did bring you into the right realm, because many times it is because of being knocked up, but is not necessarily because of that. Cut and carried. Cut off by your parents because
And
of,
married, right?
and then
Your
carried
choice.
by your husband.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Giddy up, baby.
Final one. Final and most difficult. Are you ready?
I think we have the contestant of the hour who's here and ready to play. We have California Steve. Oh, man, I'm so fucking. It's rad to be here. It's super rad. What where? I don't know. I was in the van the whole way. Where are we? What are we doing? Like, what's up? What are you guys doing? Can I? I can't. Shit. Okay, I'll be quiet. Go on. Sorry, I'm Steve.
California
Is that
Steve,
snakes?
your phrase is rats and mice. Rats and mice.
Is there fucking rats and mice around here, bro?
Does anyone know? Does he know what we're doing?
Do you want me to, like, if you hire me, I can clean them out. Like, how many? Like, bro, do you want to pay me per rat and per mice? Because I would think that rats are more and mice are less, right? Like, if we do if there was a Venn diagram of rats and mice, like, where would you be? You know what I mean? Like, where are you on the spectrum of things? You know what I mean? Like, I'm so glad you guys called me here. You're cool dudes. You're cool dudes. Why is everyone all mad? I should shut up? I'll shut up. Sorry, what? I'm sorry. I'm Steve. I'm from California.
Yes,
Yeah,
California
sorry, what?
Steve. Yes, yes.
Yep.
So you are to decipher this Cockney slang. This phrase of Cockney slang.
Cockney slang. Is that chicken? Cockney slang.
Hey, you know what, California Steve? Hang around for another couple of minutes, and you're going to start to learn a whole lot about Cockney slang. But
Okay.
first, let's answer this question.
Okay, I'm
What
ready.
does rats and mice mean in standard English?
Rats and mice. Rats and mice. If I was going to use that, if there's like truly, if I'm not going to get paid to hunt the rats and mice in this building, how would you use it in a sentence then? Because I'm confused.
I lost all my money from shooting rats and mice.
I don't want to make anyone mad because I already said that I'd exterminate for you guys for a pretty reasonable price, and everyone got mad, and I understood what you said, but I just want to make the joke funnier, so I feel like I have to stick with it and like say that so everyone else can understand you, because they're all looking really weird.
I lost all me money from shooting rats and mice.
So you lost all your money from shooting rats and mice? Craps and dice. We don't call them that. We call them rolling, like when you're washing bones or you're throwing cubes, baby. Dude, come down to Venice. Or you guys, why are you grabbing my elbow? Fuck.
Yeah, you can go now. You can go now.
Fuck. And that was the last of our contestants. They all got scared when he got smashed through the window. I think we're done here, Tom.
That was a good one, man.
I try my best with your Cockney slang, right? I can make me fucking pickles and jaws, put all the bars, needles and ducks, box. It's a haiku for the drunk.
That's right.
I prefer haiku. You know what? Like, let's do an episode. Like, that should have been the tit for tat. This is the serious, because haiku is an art. It's an art form. It's Zen. Don't write it down now. You already broke. Oh, you're just getting me. Okay. Then you're getting a pen. Like, don't you write this down. This will come back to haunt me if I say it out loud. This is like Chekhov's gun. Don't make me do it. But yeah, that's such an art form, but the Cockney slang is like it's a society, it's a culture. It's not an art form. It's made up in the bars and the alleys, and it just accepted in these different places. Where haiku is like, oh, you learn how to be a haiku master. But they're both amazingly expressive and can express so much without saying a word. So much without saying a word. Yeah.
Well, then let's talk more about Cockney, because that is our final segment of the episode, the Cockney dialect.
Okay. Like you have research on it. You have things about it. No?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, God damn it. It's going to be rough, folks, because this is where John does a lot of talking. And he does some good. But
I just want you to see how much.
I'm going to say yes and to you. So everything you do, I'm going to just say yes and. I'm no longer being a naysayer. This is a show where we're yes anding this segment. I won't be mad at you. You won't be mad at me. I won't call you out on anything that you're doing I think is horribly wrong.
Nor will I to you.
Right. You'll see it in my eyes and my soul. It'll burn through you. Like 1,000 sons of Albion. Anyway.
That was from the future. Yeah. Can we get back to the future?
That's the future. I get plutonium. Marty, we gotta get 1.21 gigawatts. You're insane. Marty. Back to the past.
Let's do a quick shot. I think that's what I need right now.
Folks, if you're tuning in now, this is usually around, and that's why it's better if we start later, because we're an hour and a half in. And I think we can clock it really, honestly, John, it's like usually about an hour and a half. It's if we do a bunch of test runs, missile runs, like, sure, we launched the rocket at 5 p.m. Around 6:30, 6:36, you start to see failures in booster number 2. Well, we'll try again next week. Sir, we launched at 5 o'clock. Today, there's a problem at 6:29. Turns out the booster was burning real hot. Still going. They're goddamn going in a circle, sir. Well, we'll just let them implode and we'll see what happens next week. God bless the space program. I'm saying I'm super excited, but yes, I'm leaning into everything because I want to go where no man has gone before.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bing, bing, cheers to everyone listening.
Good luck.
Oh.
All right. Oh. I'm ready for the good coffee talk. I'm also ready to make like corn dogs. I don't have any, but I think I might go get some. Anyway.
Okay. Well, before you do, let's talk a little bit about Cockney.
I'm probably gonna like fuck off and order on my phone because Instacart knows me. They're like, oh, my boy Pete. Why are you back so soon? Out of booze? Out of gummy worms? I'm like, no, sir. I'm stocked up on those. I'm out of corn dogs. A man has needs. My kingdom for a corn dog. Anyway, I digress.
So Cockney represents the London accent. They call it the Bellicical accent. It is Bellicical.
Ballistical.
Yeah.
Ballistical.
So Basil Ectal.
Basil exposition. Right. If you don't
Basil, as we say in the U.S., but Basil, as they say in England, ECTAL. Basil Ectal.
Oh, Basil Ectal. Ballistical. Oh, dude, you got something in your shirt. What is it? Oh, it's a little blizzard. I was barbecuing and I sneezed. So I'm not sure if it's a sauce or snot, but
And of the London accent, and can be considered the broadest form of London local accent. It traditionally refers only to specific regions and speakers within the city, specifically the East End. While
Right.
many Londoners may speak what is referred to as popular London, it does not
Popular
necessarily
London.
speak Cockney.
Right. Because Mr. Cockney, all those people speaking Cockney, they're very crass. I mean, we're all British. We're all British. But the Cockneys is I'm not proper. I drink. I smoke. Shit, mate. I do whatever. What I'm saying, the Cockney, they're just under the... Listen, come to my house around 4:10 for tea. My house smells of rich Corinthian leather and walnuts. We'll have crumpets, tea, and marijuana. I'll tell you all about the Cockney.
The crap.
Yeah.
Thought I could hold it.
Cancer happens to every one of us once in our lifetime.
The popular London accent can be distinguished from Cockney in a number of ways, and can also be found outside of the capital, unlike the true Cockney accent. The true Cockney accent is purely within London. The Cockney accent is certainly one of the best known of all English accents.
There you go, right? Oh, you're talking about us right now, right? Everybody shut the fuck up. You're talking about us. Oh.
It has been made popular in such films as Mary Poppins, Lock, Stock, and Two Loaded Barrels. No, it's Two Smoking Barrels. That guy was wrong. Anyway, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
So how can you trust the rest of the bullshit?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a fucking talking to you after this fucking show, right? Yeah, we better have fun now, right? Fucking raise your pipes, mate. Let's fucking listen. Oi!
I also threw out Don Cheadle's Cockney accent for Ocean's 11 with the previous lightning round game that we had. And it is stigmatized. It has been stigmatized for centuries, but also has a covert prestige that is the badge of identity and honor for its speakers.
You're talking Michael Caine speak right now. Like that's from someone else's words. But no, it's not a prestige. It's not a thing. Like if you talk like that, you're going to get somewhere.
Well, think about it with Michael Caine.
No, I am, and I'm telling you, because you're thinking about it with Michael Caine. You're thinking about it from Ocean's 11. When you have met some cunts who speak like that, and you're goddamn drunks and hustlers, like the accent loses all romanticism. It's no longer. But and he's well, who done that then, mate? What do you think about that? Like it's a fatherly, endearing, all-knowing, powerful, yet not threatening, but stern, like the Michael Caine. And people who do it well. But no, they're just fucking people, man. Like I know some shit gingers. I know some shit Californians. I know some shit Texans. I don't know any shit Australians. I'm actively looking for Mr. B to tell me who they are so I can meet them. But there's boundaries in my life again. Like right now, it's like, I'm going to go over there and introduce me to all the kangaroos. I'll fucking get boomerangs all day. Like, it's great. Everywhere I go, boomerang will come back to me. I didn't even throw it. Like, hey, I'll fucking welcome down under, mate. Here you go. Fucking cheers to you. You want to fucking get drunk? I do want to meet my fucking kangaroo. I do. No, let's have a fucking walkabout. Get on you. Those are the things I want in life.
And those are the things you shall get, my boy Pete. But first, we're going to continue this conversation. Yeah?
All right. Yeah. It's fucking always going on.
I know you love the Aussies so much, but can we please just talk about someone else for a change?
All right. It's fucking.
as we talked about during our last lightning round, the Cockney accent or dialect is known for its rhyming slang, but it's also known for backwards rhyme. A very popular one that I hadn't even thought of is yob. Oi, ya yob. Right? You've heard that. It's backwards for boy, right? It's yob, boy. And these days, yob is synonymous with hooligan. And so I think those are the guys you've been talking about.
Right, but it's also, I'm glad you're bringing dyslexia to the table, because back in those Cockney days, like, why are you saying yob? That's what it says. Like, no, it says boy. It's like, fuck you, cat. I'll fuck you up, mate. I'll fuck you up right now. You tell me I'm fucking dyslexic again. Fuck you. And all of a sudden it's like, yeah, boss. Come on, everybody. Hey, we're all yobs now, right? Everybody look at my hands. We're yob. You're yob. Everybody walks away.
Everyone's a yob. Right.
Right? Because that, to Cockney, all the things, it was such a rough and tumble area. Like, shit they had to do and how they, like, yeah, it was aggressive.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, oh man, we're riding the wave, like it was fucking gnarly. It was like, we're gliding too. It's like, oh, it's not based on tough, hard life. It's based on waves and getting high on the beach. I'm like, really cool.
Whoa, gnarly.
Right, but it's like back then. It's like, oh yeah, you were scraping for everything. It was a dirty city, like where everything came. It was like you were overlooked where this all came from. You were scraping by. People were found dead in the streets. Like all the slang was, yeah, not out of necessity, but.
And that's what we're going next. It's the exact point of Cockney where that dialect comes from is not easy, but it has been slowly developing for hundreds of years. The word Cockney itself was used far back as the 14th century, and then it was referred to as a cock's egg, a chicken's egg, and so that was the first reference of it, a Cockney. Through some strange linguistic transformation in the 1520s, it started to refer derogatorily to town dwellers, the London dwellers, who were considered less than hardy by their rural counterparts. So in the Canterbury Tales, the etymology of the term has that Cockney that became a term of reproach, of ridicule, meaning a feminine, silly person, probably used by the villagers, again, living near the capital to describe the Londoners they met.
Look at him. Look at that Cockney scum. Look at this. Pull over James, pull the cart over. Look, there's a ginger one. Shall we stop and pull the curtains up and talk to him? Oh my, this will be a delight. Give me my raisins, I will open the curtain. Yes. You, boy, with the ginger hair, the pale skin and the see-through eyes. You, sir, what is your name?
My name, sir.
Yes, boy. Listen, he has a voice. I didn't know they could speak. Go on, boy. What is your name?
I'm John L. Peacock.
Okay, we don't want you. Is there another ginger around? No?
Yeah, I'm Ginger.
No, but are you John L. Peacock? And this is...
No, I'm not John L. Peacock. I'm Greg.
Okay, this will be fun too. We've got... Everybody gather around, pull around the windows and get your tea and raisins. We've got Greg here. Greg!
Yeah.
How do you get around town without a carriage?
That's right. I ain't got no money for no carriage.
Okay, Greg. Would you like to dance for us? No, I know. I'm sorry. Stephen over here says, would you like to dance with him? We do not have time. Greg, you look like you're spry on your feet, Greg. Do you do lots of dancing?
I'll do some step dance, yeah.
Oh, Greg, he's a real goer. Let's talk to John L. Peacock again, shall we? I don't think we should.
I'll dance with Steven.
I don't think we should let him dance with Stephen. I think you should let him dance with me. I don't mind if he's a little boy. I like to dance.
I'm 47.
You're a small child, aren't you? Look at you. Look at that boy. Oh, no, you can't be 37. You can't be a day over 36. Look at him.
Thanks, Gov.
Well, this is going nowhere fast. I say we all get back in our carriage, eat our raisins, and pull slowly away and let the ginger child and the giant ginger man yell at us as we pass by. Ta-ta! Ta-ta!
So even Chaucer, in his prologue to the Canterbury Tales, used Cockney in connection with daft or fool. So he was even using it in that derogatory term way back when. It was also thought that the word Cockney originates from the Norman word for sugar cake, called colkang, Cocaine, colkang.
Okay. I was like, you're pronouncing it wrong. It's called cocaine, and Daft Punk did it first. So Daft Punk stole the cocaine from Chaucer, and this is what is this the story of how Daft Punk became headliners after the cocaine Chaucer incident? Oh my God, John, it takes me so long to figure out where we're going. Okay, I'm ready. Go.
The Normans called London the land of sugar cake, and the name seems to have stuck with some variations over the years. So whether it was used to describe odd people, fools, or the lazy city dwellers, it still had derogatory terms in it somehow, and it was always used by the people outside of London to refer to the people within London.
Yeah. It's basically you hate us because you hate us.
Yeah.
Hey, you jealous motherfucker. You hate us because you ain't us. I'm saying that's how you feel. I know for a fact anyone who comes to New York and like, this is good. Like, hey, fuck you. This is great because you don't understand. Fuck you. New York's the best. Also, I'm the only one who can talk about my family. So get out of my city.
That actually is somewhat correct because the accent itself developed through unusual means. It was influenced by other accents in England, notably the Essex accent, and many people think that nowadays there's more Cockney in Essex than there is in London, but that's a different thing, and I didn't cover it too much. But and others around London, and the Cockney words were adapted from other languages, including Yiddish and Romani. And so this thought of like, yeah, we're it, and we're going to continue being it, even though we're taking your things, but we're still calling ourselves Cockney. It's the same.
From Yiddish?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Schwitzen.
You come here, you take my words from me, you say sufficient, I say schwitzen, you take it and you say, oh, yeah, boy, and I don't even know what you're going to do next. This is why we don't let them in. This is why we don't let them in. First you take our words, then you take our Cockneys. Those are chickens, right? Hey, there's no chickens. You're good. Take the words. You're fine. Chum this alone. You'll be okay. Just leave my fucking chickens alone. Hey, I'm sorry.
The the rhyming slang that we spoke of started in the mid 19th century in East London, and this started to solidify the Cockney dialect with being East London specifically, as opposed to all of London, where it was first used by traveling salesmen who flogged their wares on the streets. There are several theories as to why they decided to speak in such a way, but maybe it was to attract attention of the passersby, or to outsell the competition.
Well, no, that's the dude. It's carnival barking. It's the same thing as we did
Yeah.
here, like Barnum and Bailey, and you do the snake oil salesman in the Old West. Like it's like if your spiel is better, it's like, oh, it's rhyming and it's this and it's backwards and it's fun and it's this and this and this and means this. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, I think he just really says what he means. He's a straight shooter.
Right.
It's great because we're a dumb people who love entertainment. And then
another major theory of why it came is to distract and confuse the police when they're talking about illicit activities.
that's definitely another thing because police are dumb as shit. They're getting
Right.
smarter. Like I still deal with people like they're just so dumb. Like, so how many flowers do you want? Like, how many ounces of coffee should I like? Bro, seriously? Like, you're texting me this. Like at this point, like, bro, hey man. All of them. Let's go to Colombia and Peru and pick up all of the coffee and the flowers. What do you Jesus, man? But those are those
So even though most Londoners do not use the rhyming slang consciously as a thing, there are some who still do. It's very much the working class, very much more the as you might call it, the rough and tumble working class.
right, blue collar. It's like we had a
Blue
hard
collar.
day at the job and we fucking now we're drinking at the pub.
Yeah.
And I'm backing him. See, I can't I need to go to accent camp and you need to go to tech camp because I've been having a hard time lately. I've done no work. I've literally done no work. And it's just been a conglomerate of stupid television. On Wednesday is the season finale. This Wednesday is the season finale of Survivor, and I'll be much better then. Or the top 5. Like I just watched the last one. Anyway, I digress.
Most Londoners.
I need to do work on accents because I have so much to say, but it's going to be so horrible, and I already made you sort of not call me out on it, and it's like, damn it. I am calling myself on it, and you're a man of your word, and God bless you, ginger soul, wherever it may be.
Though most Londoners do not commonly use this rhyming slang that is synonymous with the Cockney dialect, most will also admit that they unconsciously use some phrases because they grew up with it. There's one thing that stuck in their family, even if their general speech is no longer shaped by the dialect, even if they don't have the "Oi, Gov, it's real good of you" kind of thing. They will still use these phrases because it's so embedded in the city of London.
Bro, 100%. So to me, everything matters to me. I put everything in my world. Like,
Do it.
Right, like I try to. I'm international, but like, how does that affect me? And like, so I try to pull things in. So what that is in Southern California, Spanglish. It's people who speak English, 100%, no accents, but. ¿Cómo se dice? How do you say? What are we talking about? Like, and they'll throw something in like that, and like it just flips a switch, and they go back to or a phrase that doesn't make sense in English. Like,
Right.
What? And it's like, then they have to stop and tell you, like, oh, here's the thing, like, but it's the same idea. I'm not speaking this language. I'm not that, but I'm so influenced by it.
Yep.
Like, my thing is, I try not to say shit, fuck, balls all the time, but I'm influenced by it. I'm a learned man now, John. I did my time. I'm ready to make a new start, but I sometimes slip up. I'm going to get my 30-day chip one of these 30 days. I promise. Shit, fuck balls.
So-
Not today.
There's always tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow.
I'm going to call you at 12:01. Shit, fuck balls, John. Tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Probably kill you in the morning.
Good work. Well done. Most like kill you in the morning.
So this dialect, the reason why I thought of bringing this into this odd episode, as you've been calling out over and over again, a little too much, by the way. You know, a little bit of call outs, good, great, thanks, but come on.
Bro, my thing is, this is why I get fired from every job I've been at until I didn't work with people who are alive. Like, this is why when you work with the non-living, as I do, they don't notice your foibles. However, when you're in a public setting, shit pops off because fuck this. I can't stay silent. When I see a wrongdoing, I'm like the goddamn superhero of the medical industry. I have a cape. I'm Captain Save a Patient. I'm like, that's wrong. Not true. Not even true. But seriously, I take all the New York subway signs to heart. I see something, I say something. This is the only way we can say stay. That and bring a hammer to the subway. So
we actually got rid of that phrase, by the way. That's no longer used.
I know. It's still like I just say no to drugs, and I see something. Those are the two things that stick with me. Like both of them. And keep
dare to do good.
Keep a hammer in your bag when you go on the subway. That's the next one. There's no post for it, but I have it up in my house when I go to New York. So you got to get that in your head first off, bro.
Keep a hammer in your bag. Keep a hammer in your bag. Doing good. Doing good.
It's like Untouchables. They send one of yours to the hospital. You send one of them more. And they pull a knife. You pull a hammer on the subway. Welcome to New York. Let's fucking get down.
So it's interesting that this dialect that has been so stigmatized throughout the centuries, started with a stigma, has now really, and I talked about it. You called me out with Michael Caine, yes, but we have other famous actors and artists who have the natural dialect that is very Cockney. Like they use the slang, the rhyming slang and everything. Do you want to hear the short list?
No, I actively do. I do want to hear who they are because I can guess a couple of them who have done some things because everyone does who's good actors. They do character work, they do research, and that is it's very specific. It's literal. It is the thing that happened, and they go deep, and I appreciate that. But they didn't. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
An easy one is Bob Hoskins. He actually used the accent quite a bit in his whenever he was having an English accent, though we mostly know him for American films like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Mario Brothers, etc. Charlie Chaplin is one with a thick Cockney accent, and Phil Collins, Eric Clapton, and Adele are all known for their Cockney, where they posh it up. Each one of them had ways to posh it up, where a lot of the musicians who I'm about to say never did that, or not a lot, it's just two more. David Bowie and Amy Winehouse. Phil Collins, Eric Clapton, and Adele would bring, if you saw them in interviews, they would have a certain accent, and then when you saw them with like bootleg videos, it would be the thick Cockney that they tried to get rid of, where David Bowie and Amy Winehouse embraced it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They tried to make me go to rehab. I said no, no, no. Yes, I am a Cockney, not when I'm singing. No, no, no. What fucking cat? Let's get a fucking cat kill. What?
Something that I always loved about Helena Bonham Carter is that she would also not hide her accent, does not hide her accent in interviews, even though she is known so much as being a classical actor. She does so much Shakespeare, etc.
Right, she's great. She reminds me of like the late Frances of Assisi, who also bore the stigmata. We're talking about stigmata, right?
The stigma of Cockney.
Oh, stigma. Right. No, I had also was going to talk about Saint Padre Pio because that motherfucker had a story. I don't know where we're going, John. I'm trying to keep up. I'm
And
all the way to the convent.
the final artist I have on the short list, there's so much bigger, contemporary and recent, but Alfred Hitchcock. Since we did an episode on him, I'd like to point out that Alfred Hitchcock also had himself a nice, thick Cockney accent. True Londoners, all of them.
In fact, I'm picking a Coke. If I can tell me upstairs, downstairs, if I can that right. I can equals and dice. Rise the trice. Come on, mate. I can rhyme and skyming. Can't believe the time is coming. I always, but I can't. Like I need to go to accent camp.
It's amazing because the Aussie accent is actually quite difficult for we Americans to do. Even professional actors like myself, and you have it so embedded in you that you try to do Irish, you try to do Scottish, you try to do Cockney, you try to do except for posh English. I think that's the only one that you get away with because it's so different. Every other one just defaults to this beautiful, strong.
I don't understand, bro. Like the thing is, when I met Aussie Dave, and I don't want to call back and like my shortcomings in life of being a friend, but like here's someone who like this is. I feel like we're conglomerates. I feel like we could make a mountain out of a molehill. Come on, man. You deliver the post. I send shit every once in a while. Like, we could have friendship. Like, he's fucking great shit, mate. Look at this. When we met fucking Mr. T. Boy, kind of. It was so good. It was like, and Aussie Dave was like, fucking here's watch these videos. Fucking old Prime Minister, the old PM. Fucking guy's a real fucking wanker. Check him out. I was like, oh my God. And so I went so deep in the paint for like 2 months of just like watching Australian shit. That's where I found Aussie Man reviews.
Aussie Man.
That's where I found, and I watched so much of that shit. I've donated to his cause. I'm buying you a t-shirt just so you know that that's happening. Guess he's now doing merch. And I don't know how you feel about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. Have you been watching it?
No.
It's in your headlines. You have no thing on it.
Right. So disconnected. And what I get is from you and from MFA.
Okay. I don't either because I was like, dude, I just watch things that are pertinent to life. I don't care about people's bad relationships. Like, hey, man. Like,
I have my own. I'm fine.
No, honestly, I'm looking at this like, fuck. Like, what's the statute of limitations? If like people see this, like, could I be sued? Is it a shithead in the last 3 or 4? Like, I've never hit anyone, but did I defame them? Did I make their careers worse? Like, just by being that? It's like I bought a house in their neighborhood and I lowered their property value. Like, I didn't do anything, but like, fuck, shit, man.
Right. If they can prove you did it maliciously.
Right. Yeah, here's the deal. Of course I'll never propose. Let's move in together. You buy the house your name. I'll pay you all the rent. You want to buy a car? Me too. Here's your car. Also, my name's on nothing. No, it's not malicious. It's just I don't trust. If you look me up in any court records, my name is Rusty Shackelford. Just like, no.
Hey, we should probably edit this out. 3, 2, 1.
My name is Pierre Lepardieu.
That's right. Shit. Yeah. Check it. Oh, that was
3,
the right one.
2, 1. People call me the old Pico de Gallo. God damn it! Why am I giving all my aliases? 3, 2, 1. Come on, John. Let's all clap our hands. What's your name? Everybody calls me old Clap Hands Johnson. Shit!
Ah, 3, 2, crap!
1. God damn it, man. I'm going to get through this episode and no one's going to know my age. You're going to be only people live on YouTube who are watching now, who are hitting subscribe, like, rating us, people on stereo who are going to hit that and look at that our stereo button and see your goddamn beautiful faces. You'll know what we're talking about. 3, 2, 1. Don't put this in this Spotify. Because we're also on Spotify, Apple Pod, and John says he does the Lord's work and edits all this horrible shit out. So only you, this is kind of the paywall. So we kind of need everyone to start paying who's listening live. Anyone on YouTube, literally, John has, I'm going to give you his address. I'm going to give you his t-shirt size. You can pay him t-shirts or Hot Pockets. You like Hot Pockets, make sure they're pepperoni or ham and cheese. Ham and cheese are good.
Ham and cheese are good.
All right, but I'm watching my girl's figure. It's almost 2 pieces. Let's move on. I apologize for hijacking the show. But also, you can email us on twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO-sidedpod@gmail.com. If you want me to continue hijacking the show, press button A. Email us now. Just say press button A, and I'll button the show up.
Get a whole lot of A's just right across the screen.
Click on fonts almost worked for all of effects. I'm saying
Sources for this episode of Two Sided have been the first segment, WebMD, Health, How Stuff Works, Skincare.com, the National Library of Medicine, and Healthline. Second segment, Park Point LibGuides, University of Valencia. That's right, that Valencia.
Okay, you're going
Babel.
Valencia.
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 Yeah.
It's very hard for yes.
The. Babel. EastLondonHistory.co.uk and Prezi.com.
No, and all of my rebuttals have been brought to you by Ask Jeeves, but don't ask Jeeves' friend, Peacock.org. Also, SailorJerry.pint. I need more. Griff brought some halfway through. If you watch our YouTube video, you'll see them come in. And I'm grossed out by people talking about skin. My boy Pete, because seriously, gross. I feel like you gave like a top 5 list of things I'm not comfortable with, of like a just grossed out thing. Like just grossed out. You did one. People's skin.
Yeah.
It's gross. It's gross, man. Okay.
I wonder why that is.
No, fuck that, John. Don't get all.
It's like when some people hate feet. Is feet one of yours?
What's part of the skin?
Oh, okay.
It's gross. Like it's just like unless you're like your mom, your dad, your siblings, like, oh, there's hugs, but like, all right, how are you gonna hold hands with someone? Like you're gonna be closely. It's a movie theater idea. There's one plane. There's one armrest. Like, all right, I'm wearing short sleeves. We're wearing short sleeves. How are we doing this? Because I'm going to come in hot, but if you insist, like you win.
Right.
I'm not touching your weird skin. You're a goddamn pariah in my world. And
right. You're all game. You're all bolster at that point. Like, oh no, you're touching me. Nope. I'm good.
But if you look at me, like even when I'm nicely clean cut, I sit like, oh, I'll be nice. I'll talk to him. I'll sit spread eagle and like keep shit quiet. Hey, it's going. Hey. Like I'm not creepy. Like, oh, I'm going to take this fucking plane down. Granted, that's how I feel. But you see this beard? This means not welcome, John.
Well, you're kind of alluding to it already, but is there anything in this episode that you want to take a second look at, a second guess, a second opinion? This is Pete's retraction corner.
No, John. I aggressively reinforce everything I said about your choices about skincare as a series segment. Aggressive. Like I reinstate that. I have a whole work unit who's getting scaffolding pulled up because we're doing work on the roof. Like we're doing aggressive reconstruction to make this a huge argument later on after we leave life. Like, my spirit will haunt me about this episode. Like, we're not going to talk about it now. I don't have the energy. I just don't. But I need you to know that this is one that will haunt me. You're going to wake up at night like, why am I in a cold sweat? Like, is it my skin? Fuck. My skin. I got you, motherfucker. You sweaty ass. Polypy, subcutaneous. I make my own oil, but not on my palms, except they sweat, but they don't grow hair. Unless you're in my neighborhood, do what I do and live under the power line that we live under, and you do whatever you need to grow hair wise. I live with Dr. X, Professor X. Now,
You are actually learning. Like, you just said a couple of things from throughout the episode.
no, you don't understand, John. My mind is a steel trap. Everything is snatched in. And it's mangled aggressively, depending on how many cocktails you've made me add. I don't want to. When this is played back in court, like, I am just a mere weeping willow. I am the chicken bones of John's giant existential elephant skin. It's thick. It drives where I go. I'm but a waif.
A wisp in the willow. On that note, let's have ourselves one more shot and get out of here. What do you say?
For sure. We should definitely drink. Like, for sure. Like, bro. I was thinking that, like, you were talking too much. Like, I was like, what's our show about anymore? Like, have we lost our bearings? Like, John's like, I'm going to educate people about skiing, and then we'll talk about how we educate them. The others have been talking. We should probably start drinking heavily. This is all bullshit. Anyway, John, I'm glad you're back on board.
Always.
Cheers to you, my friend.
Cheers to you. Cheers to everyone listening. Dink.
Yeah. Good luck to them. They're all gone now. This is like, I honestly feel like, and I'm giving ourselves, ourselves, the selves, some selves, ourselves,
Anyway, selves.
I digress.
Yeah.
Too much credit. Like, we're the, bro, we're not steering the ship. Like, we didn't cause the iceberg crash, the boat hitting the iceberg, but we're the band, like, doing the jokes and playing. Like, we're not just playing like Near My God to Thee. We're like trying to, like, all right, how's your, hey, did you get mints on your pillow down there in steerage? More like steerage. Am I right? Okay, folks, we've been great. Always a pleasure. Hey, can you guys keep it down? We're trying to do our set list here. All right. I feel actively, that is, and I love it. Like, I just, it makes me realize the next day that, like, oh shit, I'm so glad I don't have any social media and no one truly knows who anyone is I associate with, so they can't track any of this down. So therefore, it can't be used in the Disney court of law when shit goes wrong. Because I feel very open and very like, this is great. You guys, let's talk about, hey, remember when I got put down in the basement because I couldn't be with humans? Oh, we shouldn't talk about that because it's still litigation. Whatever, I'm still on staff. It's funny on so many levels, John. That's funny to me on so many levels. Like, at least 3 levels. Like, write that down in your notebook, in your notebook, and ask me what the 3 levels that joke is funny on, because I won't remember it unless you ask me the 3 levels. The joke was, they put me in the basement. But hey, I still have a job here. There's 3 great. This is what we call a multiple entendre. Like, I just turn the coolers up, and I have like 3 days where I can go and work the comedy circuit, and I still come back, and I'm able to like keep up with my work. Like just keep everything cold when you're out on the road. All right, folks, if you follow our website, I'm out on the road in Poughkeepsie and Shenandoah and Dayton. All right, come and see me. Let's sell this motherfucker out. Woo!
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show on stereo every Tuesday, same start time as tonight. So if you want to join us or you want to throw some topics out there, email twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com. And remember to join us on the stereo app in the green room. Right now, let's start 30 after the hour. So in about 10 minutes for our after show wind down.
Yep.
That's a wrap for tonight. I'm Chanel Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
And I'm my boy Pete, and thanks for listening. And you can follow us on Spotify and Apple Pod. We'll see you in the talkie pictures.
And this was our show. You can listen to our shows wherever you get your podcasts, and you can also join us live on our YouTube channel, Two Sided Podcast, and also on the stereo app every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the fun and the serious. Here on Two Sided. I'm quite fond of you, Pete.
Yeah, I know I'm a fan of yours, John, but I didn't know you had this whole thing of like I was trying to get things in. These are the things that I want you to fix in post. These are a few of the things you fix in post. When John talks loud, when Pete is angry, when I'm feeling drunk, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I remember John's fixing it in post. Good night, John. May the Lord be with you.